Hello and welcome back to the fourth episode of the Whispyloops Knitting Podcast. My name's Eva and I will be your host, I guess. Yes, welcome or welcome back if you're new here. I talk primarily about knitting, a little bit about crochet, and yeah, things related fiber. You could say that. I wanted to say thank you for all the lovely comments that some of you guys left on my latest videos. I really appreciate the encouragement and the kind words that you leave me there. And yeah, thank you. If I sound a little bit different, it's because I've been sick for the last couple of days and I'm just recovering from a cold. So if I cough in between, I will try to cut that out. But that's why my voice is a little bit different. Okay, anyways, I think that's it. As you can see, I'm not in my usual spot because it's already past 3 p.m. and I'm trying to get most of the light. So I'm sitting right in front of the window. It's been grey for like weeks. And I wanted to film this podcast before, but I just couldn't get my timing in order. So I've got a lot to show you. I've got a lot of finished objects. They're all small, but yeah, some progress on other things. Some things haven't gotten any work done, like my shawls. I haven't been working on them at all. I'm not going to show you what I'm knitting for other people, if order-wise, like commissions. I'm not going to show you that, but I am going to show you some gift knitting I've been doing. So let's jump right in. Let's see. I usually go what I'm drinking, what I'm wearing, finished objects, work in progress, and today I do have some acquisitions, so that's exciting. Let me show you what I'm drinking. In this lovely mug, I've got a yogi tea. This one is the turmeric chai, which is, yeah, turmeric, and ginger and cinnamon probably. It smells really good. I don't know if you can see it. It's still steaming. So I can't drink that yet. Comment down below what you're drinking. If you're drinking something cozy, I hope so. And if you're on the other side of the world, maybe you're drinking something refreshing. I don't know. Oh yeah, and comment where you come from. That would be really lovely to know. I don't know. I haven't said that in the beginning. I didn't say that, but I'm currently in Belgium and we're going into winter. But if you're in the southern hemisphere, like New Zealand for example, you'll be moving into summer, and I think that's pretty exciting. Right, so let me know what you're drinking, let me know where you come from, and what you're working on, because that's always nice to hear. Alright, this is a newly finished object. Finished it last night. It's still a little bit damp from blocking. I'll be taking that off after I finish the podcast to let it dry fully. But this is, ta-da, the Year-Round Popover by Melissa George from Homebody Fibers. I think so. She released this pattern Friday. I cast it on Saturday. And I finished it yesterday, which was Monday. Today's Tuesday, the 14th of December. So this only took me like 2.5 days, and it was amazing. I mean, I've been sick, so I've been in bed, just monogamously knitting on this one. But I mean, look at it. I love it. It's got these nice eyelet details around the collar and the cuffs. And on the bottom too, I don't know if you can see that, ribbing and beautiful like increase rounds. I don't know. Maybe I'll insert an extra little clip. I knit this in Oslo by Lang Yarns. Held double because it calls for a worsted weight. I used 6mm needles to get gauge, and the yarn is a merino cotton and camel blend, which was the first time I was working with camel. I can't say it's any different. I don't know, it was just a really small percentage. But so far it feels really lovely, and I'm excited to wear it because it's perfect. I like the length, and yeah. Oh, it's got a tubular bind off, Italian bind off, on all the edges, and that was actually not too bad to do. So yeah, if you want a really quick and easy and simple, beautiful jumper, go check out Melissa Torch at Home Body Fiber. The pattern is the year-round popover. Alright, underneath, am I doing this? Yeah, I'm doing it. Underneath I am wearing my finished camisole number 4 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. I just tucked it into my sweatpants so that it wouldn't show underneath the popover. I knit this in Cool Wool by Lana Grossa in just a plain grey and size 3. Now I have to say, I don't know if it's because of the superwash merino or because my gauge was off. I don't know, I didn't swatch for that one. But it is pretty big on me. And you will see later in my work in progress, I'm knitting it again in a size down. We'll see how that one will turn out. But I still love it. I still wear it all the time. It's very comfy. But yeah, it's a little bit like too showy for everyday outside wear, so I usually wear it at home or to sleep. Yeah, that's what I'm wearing. Right, let's move on to finished objects. Last time I was working on a hat, and it was a folded brim with a 2-color fisherman's rib, and here it is. This is the hat. The variegated yarn. If you can hear anything, that's my brother. Apologies for that. So yeah, the variegated yarn is a colorway from the hand-dyed collection of Lana Grossa. They're Cool Wool, and it's called Sima. And then the beige is Cool Wool Melange, which is GOT certified, I believe. It's just plain simple fisherman's rib, and then I did some decreases. Hope that's focusing. And yeah, I can pop it on. No, my hair is kind of weird, but yeah, it's very slouchy, as you can see. It's like, I don't know, I've got my hair in a low bun, so it's kind of difficult. But yeah, this is the hat. I'm very happy with it. It's very cozy. And because I had some leftovers of this, I knit my first mittens. I knit my first fingerless mittens, and these are the Friends mittens. Friends mitts. It's called Friends, the pattern, and it's by Danny Sunshine. And I'm gonna put them on. They're just very basic 3x1 rib along here and on the cuff. And they're matching! Yay! I love them. I entered these in the Knitting Firsts Knit Along Cal by the Crea Bea podcast. Rebecca, I hope. Hi. If you're watching this, I don't know. I don't think she is. But yes, I entered these in the Knitting Firsts Cal that she's doing at the moment, because they were my first fingerless mittens. But be warned, there's 3 more pairs, because, well, they went by so quickly and I love them and I wear them basically every day. So I decided to knit a lot more. Right, so let's show you those. My hair's all messed up. Right, next up I made these ones. These are beautiful. Look at that lace. Excuse me. These are the Cloudburst mitts by Ariane Gray. And I knit them in the cool wool melange that I had left over from the hat. So this hat can basically be worn with these ones matching, and then with these ones matching as well. You know, you gotta plan outfits. These, I love them. You can see that I ran out of the yarn, because there were leftovers, you know. I ran out of the yarn about here, so I substituted with this one. And I mean, you can tell, but I don't think it doesn't bother me. And yes, so I knit these, and then I was like, oh my god, they would be perfect for my grandma, which I needed a Christmas present for anyways. So I made them in a DK version, meaning I just fiddled a little bit with the stitch count and got a DK. It's the Cool Wool Melange Big Melange. It's the same color, but it's a yarn weight up. And I knit those on 3.5mm needles, while these are on 2.5mm needles. And yeah, I gave them to her this weekend, and I will insert a picture here. Of us wearing them, because she was really happy, and then it was just kind of fun to have matching mittens with my grandma. Yeah, so that was a nice one, because I still had some yarn left over of the DK Cool Wool Melange. I made my cousin a very simple headband. It's just a knot, and it's a 1x1 rib. Didn't use any pattern. It was just a strip, and then you sew it together like a C, like this, and then you sew through everything, and then you pop it open, and then there's the knot. I'm sure you've seen these before. Yeah, we're moving into Giftknits now, as you can maybe tell. This was done in like 3 hours. It was just really quick gift knit. And I'll be sending this off to her soon. We're back. Yes, quick gift knit for my cousin. Now, next up, 2 more pairs of mittens. These were this one is the Friends Mitts pattern by Danny Sunshine again, and they are This is Cool Wool, again by Lana Grossa, in just a dark grey, slightly blue tone. And these are a commission or like an order. I'm knitting them for someone, and it's not a gift. Yes, these were super quick too. And then, so that's basically the same thing as before. These ones are huge, and these ones are another gift knit. These ones are for my uncle, and they weren't any pattern, I just made it up. A 2x2 rib on every ribbed section. So on the wrist and on the fingers, on the thumb, there's always a 2x2 rib in the contrast color, which is the same as the mittens I just showed you. And then this is some leftover yarn from my turtle dove, which is the Lana Grossa Cool Wool Big Hand Dyed Collection in the colorway Chai. Such a long name. And because they are for my uncle, so you can see, way too big on me. And that is almost the last pair of mittens I'm gonna make, because really, socks are nice, but it's much easier to make mittens for someone because especially like fingerless mittens, it's okay if they're like a little short, it doesn't matter. But if you make socks too short, it's really annoying, and if you make them too long too. So fingerless mittens are just perfect because they're even quicker than socks, and you can gauge their hand size better than their feet, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm basically making fingerless mittens for everyone this Christmas. I've got one more pair planned at the moment for a friend of my mum, and then I'm probably gonna make myself some with fingers just to be a little bit warmer. And oh yeah, I really wanted to do the underwing mitts by, I forgot the name, but those are color work, and I've never done color work before, so I'm not sure when I'm gonna make them, but they are amazing and I really want to make them one day. Alright, mittens aside, I've got one more finished object, and this one is exciting because it uses a new technique. So I don't know if you've heard of Tunisian crochet before. It's basically a mix between crochet and knitting, I would say, because, well, I'm going to try to insert a little video maybe in the beginning, so you've seen it by this point, if it works. You have a crochet hook, but it got like a cable attached, like a knitting needle. One row you pick up stitches, and the next row you basically bind them off, and then you pick them up again, and then you bind them off again, and then you pick them up again, and then you bind them off again. And it creates really different textures to... Oh, there was a cat. Sorry. Yeah, so it creates really different textures to knitting or crochet. And this is what I made. Sorry, I need a tea break. Okay, so this is my first proper piece of Tunisian crochet. I've made pillowcases before, like last year, but this is the first garment that I ever made. It's not a garment, it's a cowl. So this is I don't know what this stitch is called, but this is just a really basic tube. Basically, I made a, what do you call that, parallelogram. It's a square, but it's a rectangle which has like diagonal lines. And those lines, I sewed them up right here to form a tube. And if you put it on, it is really nice. It is really nice and cozy because it's very close to your neck. Keeps you warm, and I think it's quite elegant with the stripe. If you're fancy, you can wear it as a headscarf too. Yeah. Okay, my hair is all messed up now. Never mind, that's fine. Yes, so I made this out of a merino and silk blend. It's just a creamy white. And it was a lot of fun because it just, you go back and forth. I made the diagonal lines by increasing on one side and decreasing on the other side on every round, so it didn't go straight up, it just went like this. And yeah, very simple, very cozy, quick little thing. This one could also be a great gift knit because it's just mindless, Yeah, maybe I make my mum one. I don't know. Mum, if you're watching, forget this. Alright, another tea break, and then we move on to works in progress. Alright, works in progress. Talking about Tunisian crochet, this is it too. Here you can see it's a crochet hook. This one is 3.5mm, and then it got a cord attached with just like a stopping thing. And this is what I'm making right now. This is going to be a scarf of leftover cool wool because I'm using that a lot for gift knitting and for myself as well. But now I've got a lot of leftovers and I want to use them up. So this is the last little bit of the chai from my turtle dove. This is the grey from the Fingerless Friends mitts for the order. And then I've got like another grey, blue, I've got a little bit of the Bombay of my shawl left and some white. So I'm just gonna fade through. I don't think the fade is too shabby. It's not the best. Definitely not. But yeah, this one I'm just increasing on one side, and then I'm hoping to get it like fairly wide. Then I'll do some lace, maybe. But yeah, this is just for in between. I'm not gonna start it now. Yeah, this is just to use up some scraps and to practice my Tunisian crochet. It's been fun experimenting, or like trying out new techniques, and yeah, I like it. Right, next up, I told you before, I'm knitting the camisole number 4 by My Favorite Things Knitwear once again. This time I'm doing the size 2, or the second size. And this is what I've got so far. I just have the front triangles at the moment. I already attached the straps though. And this is, for those that don't know it, it's a top-down construction 2x2 broken rib, and it's like a triangle little top. I'm using 3.5mm needles, which are that like the ones called for in a pattern, and I'm using the leftover yarn I've got from this one. So it's the Oslo by Lang Yarns. It's the merino cotton and camel blend. Actually, fun story, I don't know fun, but I went to the yarn store to pick up some other yarn and tea break. And then I saw these. There were like 8 or 9 balls left. And because they were the last ones, they were reduced to just €3 per ball. €3 per 50 grams. And I was like, sweet! I'm gonna get a sweater's quantity for this one, which only cost me €24, which is really good, in my opinion, for a full-blown sweater. I could have made the sleeves like full length, because as you can see, now I'm making something else out of it too. So basically the sweater came down to like €20, I would say, and 2 days of knitting, so it's like perfect. But yeah, anyways, I'm using those leftovers to make a second camisole number 4, because I like the pattern, and because I want to wear it in the summer, and because I like the color, and because I'm really into neutrals at the moment. Right. Okay, moving on. Let's go this one first. This is another pattern by My Favorite Things Knitwear. This is the Cardigan number 4, which is a half fisherman's rib, top down cardigan, raglan increases. And I think last time I showed you, I didn't even split for the sleeves yet. This is how far I've got now. So I have split for the sleeves, and I have worked my way down a little bit. I still have about 10 centimeters to go, I think. And yes, I love it. I think it's gorgeous. Not to brag, but I like it. No, I just like the squishy texture, and I'm using some cool wool by Lana Grossa in just a light grey, and the kid silk mohair by them in the gulab colorway, which means rose in Hindi. Yeah, and I love it. But I have to say, sorry, I have to say it's very slow progress. Just because fisherman's rib is a little bit like brioche, that in the sense that you're knitting every row twice. So yeah, it's slow but steady, sort of steady, going, and I'm very excited to wear it. Don't know when that will be, but that's the update on this one. Yeah. Oh, I'm knitting them on 6mm needles, if I didn't say that. Right. Oh, we're getting through really nicely. I didn't want a too long episode this time, because as you can, yeah. But we're almost done. Quick on this one. I'm hoping I'm not rushing too much. Oh yeah, let me know if you prefer longer, more relaxed episodes or these quick updates, so I'm not waffling on for too long. Yeah, let me know. I've got a sock project. This is my second sock, which means that this one is my first one. I don't have any sock blockers, so I'm just gonna hold them up like this. This one's not blocked yet, but you can sort of tell how it's gonna look like. It has a 2x2 cuff, a slip stitch here, flap and gusset. Focusing, not sure. And a wedge toe, but the most important part is the texture on the front. So we've got cables, twists and braid down the center, and yeah, I love it. It was so much fun. I'm cabling this one without a cable needle, which is my first time doing that, but it is surprisingly easy. Don't know. This one turned out a little too big, like a little too wide, because I'm doing a DK gauge, but I forgot about adjusting my stitch count, so I did a 64 stitch cast on, which is too big for me in DK weight. But I'm just going with it. They're gonna be like cozy house socks, and I'm already thinking about making them again in a fingering weight for to wear in my boots, because I love that. So yeah, here is the second sock. I haven't gotten very far with this one. I'm using my 9-inch mini circulars, the 3.5 millimeters. I've got a little 3-stitch marker, just shaking. It's gonna focus. No, it's not gonna. There it is. Yeah. And the yarn that I'm using is by Lana Grossa, called Meilenweit, which means miles long, miles wide. And it's a very typical 80% virgin wool, 20% polyamide. Yeah. Just a very natural color. And it is living in my little plant pot. Right. We've gotten through finished objects and work in progresses. Now I have only acquisitions left, but I'm gonna take a sip of tea because my throat is very dry. Because I'm obsessed with socks at the moment, I'm also thinking about getting the pattern bundle by... what's her name? Brogan? I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. I'm pretty sure I pronounced it wrong. But Brogan from the... what's her name? Witchy Knitting Podcast? No, something with witch. Woolly Witch Podcast? I'm gonna insert it here or somewhere. Yeah, she just recently released 3 patterns in a bundle, and one has cables, one has a really nice texture, and one has like lacy bits. Thinking about purchasing that and knitting that, because jumping back to Rebecca from the Kriya Bia podcast, she's doing like sock sets where she's using I think it's 3 colors that she's using in like a couple of pairs of socks, so they sort of match, but they have like, one is like a texture one is a rip one. One is like a colorwork one, and I think that idea is really nice. And so, and yes, I'd love to make a sock set for myself, and I'm gonna start with these because these are exciting. So these are my acquisitions. Just look at the colors. Aren't they beautiful? Yeah. This one is a all-natural sock yarn made with Morrison free wool and Belgium linen. So it's local to me linen. It's a no nylon sock yarn, and it's a beautiful color. It's showing up pretty okay. It's called Lazy Linen by Kremke Soul Wool. Here's the label. And I'm very excited to cake this up and cast on and make my first nylon free sock. And this one I'm thinking about either using as a contrast color for heel and toes and cuff, or maybe I'll try my first color work, I don't know yet. This one is also very exciting. This one is, oh, the colorway is raw chocolate. I didn't see that before. I love that. This one has a colorway. Doesn't say. No, it doesn't say. This one is just a very pretty lavender. But this one is by Schoppel Wolle, which is pretty popular, I think. It's HanfWerk, and it is a blend of, it's a mini skein. It's a blend of, let me tell you, 90% merino from Patagonia and 10% Hanf, which is hemp. Yeah, 90% merino and 10% hemp. So it's also a no nylon. I'm not sure if it's a sock yarn, but I'm gonna use it for socks. And yeah, I love the color. It is blowing out a little bit. Excuse me. Okay, I think it's good that we're almost done. Alright. Please excuse that. So yes, these are my very exciting first no nylon sock yarns. These are my first no nylon sock yarns, and I'm very excited about it. Merino linen, merino hemp. Love the colors. Off we go. Alright. Seeing as my voice is slowly but surely going, and I am having to cough a lot, I'm gonna end this podcast here. I've got 2 more socks to knit until Christmas for my friends, and a jumper to knit as a commission for a lady. I have several plans on what I want to knit next. These bags right here, and then that one, they are shawl projects. So one is the I'm gonna tell you about them the next time. They're just shawls that I'm very excited about, but they take a long time to knit, and I haven't made that much progress yet. 2 of them aren't even started, so just that one, which is my Masala shawl, that hasn't had any work done on, so I'm not going to show you. But I'm hoping that next time when I get time to record, whenever that will be, probably after Christmas, when I'll have finished work for that year, I hope to get a bit more time to knit on my shawls, and that's also going to be, so yeah, it's probably going to be another 2 or 3 weeks until I'll see you again, until I get time to record another podcast. But time-wise, we're doing okay. We're at 40 minutes, I think. I'm going to cut out some coughing, so it's probably going to be doesn't matter. You'll see this. Okay, so that's it from me today. Thank you for watching. If you like this, please leave a comment. Like I said in the beginning, what you're drinking, where you're from, what you're working on, that would really make my day. Like and consider subscribing, because that's fun. Yes, I'll see you in a couple of weeks, and stay well, stay happy, enjoy your Christmas. Bye!